Well, hello everyone, and again, I want to welcome you to the new year of 2020. I did a lot of research on what that number means. You know, I do prophetic interpretations of numbers a lot of times, and my partners and my all of our intercessors love it because it does give us a direction spiritually of what to really believe God for and what to pray against. So call your friends and tell them Faye is on. I'm going to give you the true meaning of what, biblically speaking, the numbers 2020 mean today. And boy, if our nation ever needed intercessors that have faith that God can deliver this nation, it is now. Don't let the enemy think that he's bigger than we are. He is not. Don't let him think that he's got America. Like Iran, they were threatening America like they could actually defeat us. And we have idiots in this country that actually align themselves with Iran. These people that were threatening us from Iran with the situation that we've just experienced there, you would think that they had more in common with the terrorists than they do with the Constitution of the United States, our Bill of Rights, and the power that comes with these United States of America. Our ministry is organizing in every state in the Union this year before the election, which is in November, that people will understand why they are voting for pro-life candidates, pro-life only candidates, but you have to vote. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Well, our Face Fact says that every week. You'll see more for new viewers, new partners. You'll see when at the end of the program how you can sign up for and get our weekly prayer bulletin. It's not a newsletter. It doesn't just give you more information and tell you how big the devil is in most places and all of the corruption that's going on in our government. And believe me, it's not only in our government. It's in big corporations. It's in people that wanted to take over the control of the people of this country from as far back. I just watched one of our programs, Christian program Sunday, and it was so good. And he described where the Federal Reserve came from, when they were organized, how the Brookings Institute was organized to control the money, the monetary value of this nation and all the tax dollars and all the hard work that people make. And then the Council of Foreign Relations. Those are three organizations that were organized in South Carolina in the early 1900s and 1910 to 1916, I think. And they have a tremendous power base over what takes place in this country. And they just make you and I think that our vote matters. And that they make us think that we are elected men and women to represent our best interest. And that is a lie that must be dispelled. And it's happening on a regular basis. Our ministry of intercessors are the most informed, the most united, the most anointed, I believe, in this nation. Intercessors with Insight. Every Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, I do a briefing of what took place in this nation that week from the spiritual perspective that allows us to know exactly how to pray and intercede. We average 40 to 50 people every week. We have about 100 regular callers. Sometimes they can't come, very seldom though. Boy, they hardly ever miss. I think I've missed twice this year, and that was because of meetings I was in and one of the holidays. But let me tell you, we are faithful to understand what watch and pray means. A lot of you are sitting there and you're miserable. You got more time than you know what to do with. And you need to include in your week a time to watch and pray for this nation. The people that we've elected to office, the majority of them, I was told last week by one of our partners that the majority of them are totally corrupt. And a lot of that corruption is going to be exposed. Many of them are connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and pedophilia is at the base of their lives. Can you believe this? Well, I Googled the information that came. I found some of the information that she gave on, as I Googled, not as many as she said, but nonetheless, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. One of the things that people say to me that I just literally cringe every time I hear it is, I'm not political. Don't mention politics to me, but you are. You're political because you don't know the facts. You can stand with evildoers and not know it because you refused knowledge and information and truth that is out there. Believe me, it is out there. Pastor Jeffers from the First Baptist of Dallas said on Fox and Friends this weekend that 25 million evangelical Christians did not vote in 2016. We've never had such a choice in my life. 25 million did not vote. And there were millions professing evangelicals that voted Democrat. How can you ride a horse both ways? And Pastor Jeffrey says what we are doing as evangelical activists that believe that God tells us to watch and pray for America's deliverance from the hands of evildoers, that we will see the evangelical Christians understanding why you vote for who you vote for. You can say, Faye, that's going over my head. Well, then you're in a bad fix. You're the very one that needs to watch this program, get our weekly prayer bulletin, because in it every week in the Face Facts gives you the current events for that week. It gives you the biblical prayer points for that week, and it gives you a Bible study that actually describes what is taking place on the home front in our nation. This week, as I was researching the number 2020, I can't wait to tell you what it says. It's exciting to know that this year has a precedent is set in the universe for people who are looking for the truth. It's not going to take you over. If you want to believe a lie, you're free to do it. This is America. You're free to walk with the unjust. You're free to curse God and America. But I'm going to tell you, there are people who do not do those things, and you are not free to force everybody else into the mocking of God that's going on in this nation, no matter if you are a member of the House of Representatives and you are under the total control of the Jezebel of our day, Nancy Pelosi. There is more corruption in that woman's life and her family's life that they've been able to use each other to cover up while the taxpayers foot the bill. It's going to end. Let me show you what the Lord shows us that this year is supposed to bring forth. It says, what does the number 20 mean in the Bible prophetically? If the number 20 is appearing in your life, very often it can be a sign that this number has a special meaning for you. In this case, we can talk about the angel numbers and their symbolism. One of the things that 2020 does is it's the year of the angels. My friend, I believe in angels. It says, in order to discover the meaning of the angel number 20, you need to take into account 2 and 0 and their meanings. 2 and then 0 and their meanings. Number 2 is known as an angel number and is usually considered to be a symbol of cooperation. And I do see that happening. I see members of politics becoming more cooperative with born-again Christians, evangelical Christians, than I have ever seen before, especially from our White House. It says, it is also believed the number 2 resonates with trust that you should have in your divine angels. If you follow their guidance, you will find the right spiritual path for you, and you will be protected by the guardian angels. Now, how do you understand the guiding of angels? Number 1, you have to live right. Number 2, you have to walk right. Number 3, you have to be sensitive to the voices of the Spirit of God. And I'm going to continue this. Don't go away. I'm going to show you how to understand when the angels are directing you and that you go against your own consciousness, basically, against your own will, that you would do it this way and say, but you know what? I'm going to see if this is the angels guiding me into a new path with a new door opening, with a new life that they're going to take me. And maybe this is the end of an era in my life. And maybe God had to use something strategic, a sickness, some kind of an unexpected event to stop you so he can redirect you. But shouldn't he be able to redirect us without an intervention that would be painful? I think so. I'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Boy, our program goes so fast. We must stay in the media. We are right now, people are in demand, but it takes money. We have an unfreedom of the press. We have Nancy Pelosi headed to the presidency of the United States. We must abort this propaganda. I need for you right now to sit down and write that check. I got a $1,000 check because of our spot in our last program. People are saying, Faye, we want you to stay out there. Maybe you can't do 1,000, maybe you can do 100 or 50 or 25. One day I got a check for $5 and one for $3,000. Both of them touched me so much. I'm gonna tell you, you've got to do something. So today, just mail your check to Insight USA. It is tax deductible, and mail it today, your best gift. This is the year that we're planning action teams to go in each state in the United States with intercessors with Insight. If you would like to be a member of that team, I want to hear from you. You can go to the phone and dial the 800 number that's on your screen. You can go to our website, insightUSA.us. That's INSIGHT USA.us, and enter your email address, and you can type me an email. I'll get it there, or you can watch our program. Tell your friends to watch this program on YouTube, Insight USA TV, and the programs are archived there, and you don't want to miss any of them. it depends on what we do spiritually as to whether America will be delivered. We have a lot of prophets that are prophesying doom. I hear it. I rebuke it every time because I believe 2020 is going to be the greatest outpouring of the Holy Spirit that we have had in a millennium. But in order for that to happen, you have to believe God for that. If you want to believe for America's bellying up, you go ahead, but you'll belly up with them. So whatever you come in agreement with is what you'll become. And I really want to hear from you. We need your financial support to stay on this station. We have other stations waiting for us, but we must have sponsors, dedicated, committed sponsors. And those of you who give, think America first this year. Sow your first fruits into Insight USA, a nonprofit organization. Tax-deductible receipts will be sent to you immediately. And I want to get back, and I just want to show you that we're believing for deliverance. No, I'm not looking for the devil to bring. 2 years ago, we fought the mobs bringing chaos to our streets and blood running up and down them. We dealt with that spiritually. I'm not looking for that this year. We have bound those demons. We have bound Hillary Clinton and all of her lies, and they are coming to light. What we bind on earth is bound in heaven. What we loose on earth is loosed in heaven. But we need you. My friend, you can't pass the buck any longer. So let me show you what I think God is saying to us, and you need to get on board with the positive so we can fight back the workers of iniquity that are out there. They are out there, and they think they're going to win. But the only way they can win is if we stop doing what God is telling us to do spiritually. So at the biblical and the prophetic meaning of the number 20, it said in order to discover the meaning of the angel number 20, you need to take into account the 2 and the 0 and their meanings. And I went over that in the first segment. We also have to take into account the 0 because this number can also have a certain impact on the number 20. Number 0 is considered to be the symbol of infinity, spiritual energy, and wholeness. Boy, that is really something because we know you say the number 10 is the number for a quorum. And that's 1 and then the 0. I want to tell you what 0 means again. It says a symbol of infinity, spiritual energy, and wholeness. So when we put the number 2, the number for the angels, and the number for wholeness together, that's what we got for 2020. And then it says, now, when you know the numbers that what 2 and 0 mean, it is clear that the number 20, clear what the number 20 means. This number is telling you that something good is waiting for you in the future, and you don't have to worry about it. I got a prophetic word from the Lord the other morning when I was doing my devotions that this would be a time of rest for me. And it doesn't mean that you sleep all day and all night, but the rest is doing the work of God will be easier. The funds will be there before we need them. The insight that God has given us is going to be going to a broader direction and reaching more people without so much stress and so much fear. I'm saying to you, do you need a year of rest? Do you need for your family to calm down? Do you need your children to be born again? Do you need financial miracles and blessings? Well, you have to know what the spiritual thermometer is in our land. I've asked all my partners to add $20.20 to their partners' checks this month. 2020. Maybe you've never given anything to the Lord. I want you to sit down right now and write a check for $20.20. and say, I'm coming in agreement with faith for 2020. Or you can call the 800 number and make a donation of $20.20 and come in agreement with what the spiritual aspect of our nation is taking place. It says the number 20 is appearing in your life often. If it's appearing in your life often, this is a good sign. Your angels are supporting you, and they want to be with you at the moment when you make great success in your life. I spent 2 weeks during the holidays just reviewing my life, what I was doing, how long it took, how much frustration I had to go through. Plus, I have been very, you didn't know it, because I lived above it, very, very weak, and for months, but continued to put the energy I had toward the work of God. And I began to look and see the weaknesses and what really took up my time. And that there was a lot of waste because things weren't done right to start with. And so I called a bookkeeper, and I decided to revamp things. And I said, I spent most of my 2019 checking out stuff that if it had been done right to start with, I could have finished my book last year. But I had to look at the whole picture and tell God to show me what I needed to do for 2020. And He showed me what 2 meant, what 0 meant, what the number 20 meant, and that I had angels this year. That's what I want you to do. But if you decide to do it, you need to tell me. Because the Bible says you overcome by the word of your mouth and your testimony, the word of your testimony. So I need for you to make that phone call or write that note, make that donation of $20.20, and get on board with us and help us take America back. Hi, our program goes so fast. I just want you to know our program is in demand, but it takes money to do it. Do you want to see Nancy Pelosi as president? I don't. But Christians, you've got to step up to the plate. We must impact the media. Go to my website, insightUSA.us. You can make a donation there. You can call our 800 number. It's on the screen. And tell your friends to go to YouTube and watch Faye. That's youtube.com, Insight USA TV. We need your support. We need to walk through these open doors. There's people who could give $50, $100, $1,000. I believe there's people who give $10,000. And God showed me this year there will be someone that could give us $100,000. We need it now. We have the wicked in authority, and we've got to pray them and vote them out. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for watching today. Our program goes so fast, but we have so much to say, and we're determined to stay in the media. I'm one of the few Spirit-filled Pentecostals that's dealing with current events, with prayer, faith, and action, dealing with the daily events that are affecting us as believers. We are organizing the United States, state by state now, intercessors with insight that will pray with us every week, 2 hours a week, according to the issues and the biblically based Bible study that will bring our nation back to God. We need you now to participate. I need to hear from people. 2020 is the year for change, but we have just seen, and this is being taped, so we have just seen our United States members of Congress impeach our president in a rigged impeachment. I've got news for you. That's not the only thing that is being rigged. It's going to take prayer. It's going to take believers knowing what's going on to change that. I need you today to say, Faye, I will lead a group in my state. We need groups in every state. I will personally help you. You don't have to have experience. You will go by the information we supply to you, and everybody's praying the same thing. I need people to send and become sponsors of our media outreach. If you could make a check for $1,000 and mail it today. We are organizing the United States of America. It's impossible for us to lie to Congress and not go to jail. But they are lying to the American people, 62 million voters against 230 liberals that can change the course of America. You must know how your government works. For everyone that will send $100, we want to send you a copy of the Congressional Directory that has the photographs, the addresses, everything you need to know about the Congress of the United States and the states, who they are, what committees they're on. And you must know we are distributing each members of Congress to an intercessor. We have already distributed 300 of these members to 300 intercessors. If you would like to pray for one Congress person from now until the election, we would like to assign one to you. But in order to do that, we need to hear from you. We need your financial support like we never have before. 2020 will determine the destiny of America. Are you going to remain silent, or are you going to stand and say, I am joining Faye. I will become a part of her teams that are active, her active teams, and let me hear from you. The number is on the screen. You can email me, go to our website, insightUSA.us, or you can call me at the number on your screen. I look forward to hearing from you straight away. Please today, sit down, write that check for whatever God has blessed you with and mail it today, or call our 800 number and make your donation. Until next time, this is Faye saying the Lord is going to deliver this nation this year. Shalom.
Faye wants to hear from you. Her desire to see America come out of exile is raising up one of the most powerful, informed, anointed, and united prayer networks in America for America. She is organizing Christians for the U.S. Constitution to give uncompromising believers back their voice and witness. If this program has blessed you and you believe in what Faye is doing, contact her, pray with and for her, partner with her. She would love for you to host an Insight rally in your church or city. Organize an Intercessors with Insight prayer team or join one. For a complimentary pocket-sized constitution or Faye's fax, call or email Faye. faye.usainsight@gmail.com. Write Insight USA, P.O. Box 917689, Longwood, Florida 32791.